amazing birds. Wow, they are beautiful. Wow. Enjoy that, and you're going to enjoy this as well. It's such a good idea to have an estate plan in place so that your financial goals are met and your family is taken care of after you pass away. And you may be asking, where do I start? And that's an excellent question. So Fairhope elder law attorney Kyla Kellum is here, and she's going to give you some advice, some guidance. She's going to let you know about an estate planning seminar you can attend this weekend to get more information. And this is the third in the series of 4 estate planning seminars hosted by the Haven. So let's start there, if we can, if you don't mind. Since
Sure.
the Haven is hosting this, so many of us have pets. Pets are part of our family, and I know that's a huge worry. What happens to our pets? So how do your pets fit into estate planning?
Well, I think that they can either, they're going to fit in some point, but if you want any control or say-so over what happens to those pets, our loved, our cherished children, as we get older especially, you need to make those plans ahead of time. You need to let your attorney know what your worries are, what your concerns are, and also make plans. If you're an animal advocate, which so many of us are, and have different organizations like the Haven that we're fond of, have the conversation with the executive director and some of the volunteers there. Ask what other people are doing. So many of those volunteers are huge animal advocates, and they're going to have definite ideas about what plans are in place, especially if you don't believe that your children would be appropriate to take your pets, or
they don't want them,
or wouldn't want them, or allergic, or have young children. It may not be appropriate. So that's where the conversation needs to start, is what happens to my pets as I get older, and how can I provide for them? That's something that's not always obvious when you're talking to your lawyer.
Now that is a legitimate worry, but there are so many things to think of when you're thinking about planning an estate, and there are different parts of estate planning. You have your will, your power of attorney, maybe your trust. So where do you start?
Well, I think you start with having that those concerns written down, and those conversations, asking the right questions, talking to your lawyer about the things that you love, your children, your extended family members, your spouse. You may have a second marriage and have issues. You may have stepchildren that you've raised that wouldn't necessarily take part in your estate unless you're going to have that in writing somewhere. And then there's your pets. There really is no outright protection in the law. If you're not leaving any bequests directly for their benefit in terms of a trust or something like that, then the law is not going to impute a trust to you. You're going to have that in writing.
Why is it so important to have a power of attorney? What is the duty of a power of attorney?
The power of attorney allows somebody to be you, to step in your shoes. If you become incapacitated, particularly the durable power of attorney is what it needs to be. That means it survives that incapacity. If you have a stroke, if you trip and fall and hit your head and you're unconscious, nobody has that ability even to pay your electric bill. If you're in the hospital, it'd be nice to come home to power. So it's nice to have those documents written ahead of time. There are now protections in the law which can protect you against someone using that power of attorney unwisely. But that goes both ways. I think now it's become so complex, you have to get that great legal advice to tell you, is this the right vehicle for me? Do I have someone I trust enough with my assets that would treat my assets as well as they would treat their own, or better?
Right. I mean, this just gets so complicated, and that's why you're going to spend an entire seminar on this, and it's going to be on July 26th from noon until 1. It's going to be at the Homestead Village Retirement Community in Fairhope. The seminar is free. A light lunch will be provided, and so important really to anyone of all ages, because you never know what's going to happen from day to day. And we're going to have all of that information on our website, fox10tv.com. It's on the Studio 10 page. I wish we had more time to get more information, but if you'd like more information, make sure you attend the seminar. We'll be right back after this.